up everyone, this is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today I'm back with another figure for you guys. This time it's actually from a new series by BANPRESTO. It is called the Flag Diamond Ship, and in front of you, as you can see, it is the BOA HANCOCK figure. This is the first one out of two that is coming out. The next one is actually Nami. This one was released just last month in September, so it's relatively new considering that it's 1st October where I live. Alright, and this series features most of the, I guess what they want to do is to feature most of the famous female characters in skimpy, piratey outfits, and I think that they believe that appeal to people, to collectors. Well, who's complaining, I guess. Alright, so let's really take a quick look at the box first. The box itself is pretty tall. It is, I think it's the same size as the glitter and glamour boxes, the G&G boxes. Right in front you could see, of course, a full body shot, full body photo of the figure. BANPRESTO here, and blah blah blah. It says the name, series name, character name, and of course, very interesting abstract here. They say our aim was to create a figure that exudes the female form, including an amazing hourglass figure, ideal body curves, and proportional balance. Decent objective, I would say. Alright, this is the side view. The more shots, more angles of all the body parts of Hancock. This is the other side, back view, and this is the back. Yeah, so it's just all around is just images of Hancock. Alright, and at the top we have a toy sticker over here to prove authenticity. Alright, so that's it. We're gonna do an unboxing because I haven't seen the figure itself. I have seen pictures of it, but not in real life. So, let's go. Okay, so done with the unboxing. I like how they actually acknowledge how unnecessarily the box is. Unnecessarily big the box is. Like, look at the space, and they actually have to compartmentalize it so that it protects the figure. Yeah, I guess the main reason is because of this body part. That's why they need to have a really tall box. Okay, so as you can see, there's only 3 pieces for this figure. The head itself, the base, which is like gold coins and treasures, and of course the rest of the body. Okay, I think what I want to do before I piece them together is to just look at the head first, because it's quite tall and it'll be difficult for my camera to reach when I piece them together. So let's look at the face first, and I think it is actually pretty decent. It looks pretty much like Hancock, I would say. A little bit smaller than I hope it would not be. It's a little bit smaller because I have basically heard and seen photos, of the figure. People talking about the figure that the scale is similar to the G&G, but we found later when we put them side to side. So yeah, right. So they got the earrings. They got the earrings on. Gold, shiny paint. The hair itself, it's a little bit scrappy, I would say. It doesn't look as nice as some of the other figures. Like, you can see the ends, how they do it, the sculpt. I think this is one point in which they could improve on. And of course, we have the Jolly Roger of Hancock's. What do you call that? The snake. Yeah, snake pirates or something. It's been a long time, I forgot what it's called. And the head itself is a typical kind of pirate hat, which I think it's quite decently done. And of course, at the back you can see the way they make her hair flow. Yeah, it's just I think it's just the way they cut it or something. It just looks a little bit not as nice as some of the other price figures that we have seen before. It was a little bit scrappy, but oh well. Yeah. And the base itself, I guess can't talk much about that. It's just a base to support gold painted treasure like thingies, gold coins and stuff. Alright, now to the body. Obviously they're never gonna shortchange on that, the chest. I think that's nicely done. There's actually, you can see the details a little bit, like over here where they have a little bit of rough edges across. I think that's nice. That's nice from them to show the details. And of course you have this arm bracelet thingy in the back of Hancock with those belts and her ass. Okay, and of course on her hands, her forearm, you have all the accessories. Nails are nicely painted, as well as the front of the belt. Okay, and her legs themselves, she's just basically wearing this long kind of boots that's a decent shading across, show a little bit of color contrast. And at the bottom we have heels that is golden colored as well. Pretty nice. Okay, so we're gonna piece the figure together, and it looks like it can't stand on its own because it's a little bit imbalanced, the sculpt. So you definitely need the base. So I guess this is how it goes in. Is it? Okay, and I'm gonna put on the head of Hancock. Because it's a new figure, so when you try to piece some of them together, sometimes it is a little bit tight. Alright, move away the box, and there you go. It's a really tall figure. I think yes, it might actually be in scale with the G&Gs, just that maybe the body proportion, the sizes are a little bit different. I'm gonna do a 360 now for you to take a look. It's a pretty decent figure. It's just, I don't know. I feel that the style is different from the G&Gs. And of course, you wouldn't expect them to be similar, like in terms of the way they're sculpts. Like if you look at Master Stars piece and King of Artists series, they all have different kind of unique designs and sculpting edges to them. I don't know if that makes sense. Like they have their own style. And of course, the Hancock one over here, it's different. Not in a bad way or a good way, just different. Yeah, as you can see, some of the lines here, I guess is where some of the joint parts that I'm pretty sure people will complain about. Yeah, but for that cheap price, I think this is a very, very decent figure that you should get. Yeah, but I still prefer the G&G ones. Alright, so now, to have a better comparison, I'll take out the other figures and of course tell you the height of this flat diamond shaped Hancock. Right, so I'm going to give you the height first for this figure. To the top of the head is about almost 10 inches, 25 cm tall. And as you can see, now that I have G&G Hancock next to it, side by side, I can confirm that it's actually of the same scale or very, very similar scale. And of course, we must understand the fact that she's actually not standing straight compared to this one. And over here, of course, we have King of Artists Sanji, we have the Master Stars piece Mihawk, and if you do not know yet, this is the Glitter and Glamour's BOA Hancock. So all of this series, by now, the other three, you should know that they're all of the same scale, same height, same size, relatively. Just that the designs are a little bit different because they're all of different series themselves, different sculpts. And okay, I'm just gonna take away Mihawk and Sanji, so we can focus more on these two figures. And just now, when I was having difficulty finding out what's so different about these two sculpts, now I could see it more clearly. The skin is it's a little bit different. Like, I think the material that they use could be slightly different here. Like the ones on the G&G feels a lot better. Yeah, just like this Robin, I have it next to Hancock. The skin tone itself, it's also very different across the board. This one seems to be a little bit darker than most. So we need to see if when Nami comes, if we have the same kind of designs. Okay. So this is how probably I'm gonna display them together. Alright, and I'm gonna bring in the POPs as well, so you can have a gauge of how it compares. This is of course Robin from the movie Film Z, and here we have Sailing Again version 2 Luffy. Robin is more of an, I would say, average height in the POP, and Luffy is a little bit shorter. But this is what we're gonna get. Alright. Okay, so that's all I have for today's unboxing video. And I think that this figure, it is actually very, very good for the price. If you're a fan of Hancock, you'll definitely get it. I'm pretty sure about it. If not, you might be just attracted to the sexy figure that they have crafted for us, and it'll be a great piece to the collection. Not a definite must buy. I think the G&G, for me, I prefer the G&G one still, but a good addition to your collection. Alright, so thank you guys, and watch out for my next unboxing video about King of Artists Zoro. Goodbye.